Lamar Jackson's the biggest asset, big piece coming out of Baltimore. Obviously this whole summer he's been talking about he wants, since the Deshaun Watson transaction, he's asking for Deshaun Watson money, 230, at least 5 or 6 years. He's like he doesn't expect anything less, so he's been holding out and he's negotiating for himself. Which you know what, I respect that. He's negotiating for himself. I don't know if that's super smart, but I respect that he's taking control of whatever. Obviously former MVP, league MVP. Deshaun Watson. I think it was March 22nd. He's coming out in the news recently that he said March 22nd he asked for a trade. March 27th they actually
Was it the second or 22nd?
March 22nd, 22. Yeah. He asked for a trade. March 27th, 27. They put the franchise tag on him. So now he's out in obligation. So Baltimore right now has its rights. So he can go out and talk to other teams, but Baltimore Ravens retain the right to match that. Or if they don't match it, they're asking for 2 first rounders, a 2023, a 2024 first round draft pick, if they don't want to sign him. So I feel like, Lamar Jackson definitely has all the power. We talk about player empowerment. He has all the power in the situation, but since they put the franchise tag on him, I feel like they're telling the league, yo, you value yourself as this much. You value yourself as a Deshaun Watson contract. Let's see who actually is going to meet that. So, Julian, I'll go to you. How do you feel about this Lamar Jackson situation? I know you had some strong opinions we talked about earlier off air, but Lamar Jackson, is he? What's going on?
I think he's gone. I don't see a world where he stays. And I think he's going to the NFC. I don't think they're going to trade within conference. Quite honestly, I think all that's going to do is hurt Baltimore. I think the damage is done. I don't know where he could possibly go. I think
the Falcons. Give it up. The Falcons.
I think somebody's going to give it up for. I think somebody's going to give up all that for him. I'm sure. I think at the end of the day, it's a quarterback-driven league, and if everybody needs a guy, outside of like maybe 5 or 6 teams. So, yeah, I think it's all but done. Where he goes, I honestly, I don't know. I mean, I think everybody's pointing to the Falcons.
I mean, I heard
that makes the most
a lot of sense. Washington.
I was gonna say everybody's pointing to the Falcons, but I don't see the Falcons doing it. I think it's going to be a team we don't expect. Personally, honestly, I didn't even think about Washington. What JoJo said, that actually makes a ton of sense to me. A part of me is thinking like maybe like Seattle, but then again, I later thought about, Seattle already has like no picks left because of the fact
they got rid of everything. All they got is Metcalf.
So they have that surplus from the Russell Wilson trade. So a part of me could see that happening because Seattle has those extra picks to do it. But it's definitely going to be an NFC team. To me, it would make absolutely no sense for the Raiders. I mean, not the Raiders, the Ravens to trade within conference. And quite honestly, I'd be kind of happy. And honestly, I'm kind of happy for him to go to NFC because I think the AFC is way too stacked right now, and we kind of need to disperse it a little bit. And also, I did hear a lot of talks about him potentially going to Indianapolis. I will say I do not want him to go to Indianapolis.
Yeah, they need a quarterback. They need a quarterback for sure.
And Indy is not afraid to go after people. It seems like they want to do anything but draft one. So, but I honestly, to me, I could really see, like, I know no one's talking about it, but I could see a Seattle move. They have the picks from the Russell Wilson trade. How long are you going to roll with Geno? Like, we know Geno's
that's a hot hand. That's a hot hand.
They just re-signed Geno.
Yeah. That's a hot hand. Let him roll out.
Yeah, but are you going to want to have Geno, or would you rather go after Lamar Jackson? If he's there and you have the picks.
Geno ain't been hurt.
Surplus of picks.
Geno's not hurt.
Exactly. So you got a good backup quarterback.
Damn.
You can put Lamar Jackson.
Damn. Yeah, right about it. JoJo.
Damn. I mean, I don't know, man. I like Washington. He'll still be in the DMV area as well.
Washington's definitely a very realistic move. I could definitely see that. They have some talent on that team.
They win games you don't think they'll win. That's why they're an annoying team, right? it's like, all right. So here's the thing. My take on that. It's like now I feel like it's getting too deep. You don't want it to get messy, like with the Texans situation. You don't want that to happen. Who knows? Maybe he settles. Maybe they do. The thing is that he wants guaranteed money. Maybe get a shorter contract, 3-year contract, $150 million. Get him some guaranteed money, and then he'll be a free agent afterwards.
I don't think he's going to do that. Go ahead, Jim.
I think Deshaun, just like the owners are saying, and Deshaun Watson fucked up everything.
Yeah, just like Rudy Gobert in the NBA. Rudy Gobert fucked up everything. Yeah.
He fucked up everything.
That's Haslam. That's the owner Haslam.
And now everybody's seeing how it has not worked out for Cleveland and Houston.
Yeah, and it's like, man, do you want to risk that? Man. Yeah, to hold out this long now.
They raised the bar. They raised the bar, and guess what? Yesterday's price is not today's price. Lamar Jackson's gonna get paid. He's a fucking NFL MVP. I'm sorry. If he's holding out for money, he's gonna get paid. Because if I'm Baltimore, what's your Tyler Huntley? That's your backup. That's your plan.
But here's the thing: if Baltimore actually genuinely doesn't care, and you play the season, and you see how he performs, and if time moves on, maybe they move on. And that's a risk.
I don't think Baltimore's scared. I don't think Baltimore's scared. Baltimore, most likely, if they trade him, they're going to get a high pick because of the fact it's going to be a team without a quarterback that needs one, and it's going to be a bad team. So they're going to get a high first-round pick and a following pick in a quarterback-heavy draft class. I don't think they're afraid to let him go, get a high pick, and draft that Richardson guy out of Florida or C.J. Stroud or bundle the picks to move up even higher. I don't think they're scared. I don't think Baltimore. I really think they're content with letting him go because of what they could get in return in this draft class.
Well, by the way, Ravens have number 22 as of it stands right now. As of today, Tuesday, they have number 22. That's their first round draft pick they have this year, unless they trade unless some transaction happens. They have number 22.
As I said, and think about it: if they trade, it's probably going to be to a bad team who has a high pick and is in that range to get a top quarterback.